cowboy pants on.
Moving into game number 5. Game 6.
6, I think.
Just trying to look back at my scorecard.
At any rate, in the lower left-hand corner, representing Team Gravity, playing Protoss, it is Fiasco.
And in the upper right-hand corner, representing Team Complexity Academy, winning the last game in a deciding factor, it is Kyo.
Kyo.
Gosh, darn it. See, like my brain made me pause for it. It's like, don't do it, don't do it.
If only we had pronunciation guides.
So this is game number 6. The score is currently in favor of Complexity Academy, 3-2. So we have a PvP in front of us here too, which is our first one of the day, so that's exciting. Another one of the mirror matchups that are interesting. All the mirror matchups are interesting right now, to be honest. I'd say if I had to pick one, ZVZ is probably my least favorite, but they're all still pretty entertaining.
They certainly can be. And I think that we've seen some pretty entertaining ZVZs today.
We have.
We've gotten a little bit of variety out of them, which is always fun. So both players doing very similar builds. Gateway's going down, Assimilator's going down. And would you believe it? They're both making probes.
Unbelievable, Galigation. Both making probes. And gateways and assimilators.
Yep, oh my.
Yeah, so far very mirrored on both sides, so that's a thing. We'll see what comes out of it.
So
2 probes in the gas for Fiasco, it looks like.
And currently 3 from each from Kyo. So what would you do in this situation going up in a Protoss versus Protoss?
Gosh, it really just depends on the day. There's so many things that are strong. I mean, one, you just have to be on top of your scouting. Both players building all their buildings so close to the mains. I mean, neither one of them has done any scouting. So one, scout for pylons, so you know if your opponent is proxying something. That's probably the most dangerous. Stargate, quite viable with the oracles and void rays. But looks like pretty standard out of both players here. Just gonna get the only difference is 3 gas in the assimilators for Kyo and 2 in each for Fiasco. So this will be a warp gate mothership core right away here.
And it looks like Fiasco is chrono boosting out a Stalker, has a second gateway in production.
Both players chrono boosting out that Stalker. And probe coming across the map for Kyo, so maybe he wants to get the be the first one to get the aggression on.
And we do see that starport coming out from Kyo as well.
Aha,
Stargate.
Yep, that Stargate. So the question is, will we see oracles or void rays? I'm fairly confident to say that it will be oracles. Oh, and a proxy pylon here too. What is this going to be?
Looks like he's going to try and move in with 2 things.
Multiple things.
Multiple types of units.
Stalker moving out the front, and this mothership core, oh, they're going to exactly split where this proxy pylon is here, so unless they change trajectory dramatically, they will not be seeing anything. Stalker sitting at the natural ramp for Kyo to stop anything maybe coming in. Oh, but is he going to see this pylon? He does see the pylon.
And immediately that Stalker does pull back. It's going to try and take that out.
Yeah,
and that probe is going to get taken down.
The thing with doing something like this, though, I mean, this one pylon being lost, now the scales are tipped in Fiasco's favor just purely because that's 100 minerals spent. When you're in a mirror matchup, just the little things matter so much, and he's putting down his own pylon now. And supply blocks Kyo too.
Yeah, that Oracle is about to finish up, and 2 more gateways are wrapping up as well. So if nothing else, that killing that pylon did slow this Stalker push coming out of Fiasco.
He does. Oh, I'm not sure if he even saw that Stargate there as the probe was killed. He did not see the Stargate, so he's going to be,
well, the Oracle did fly right over that pylon.
He did. So he's going to know that's on the way. He's going to...
If he was paying attention anyway,
he doesn't have anything back in the base. Warp gate's just opening, so he'll likely save that or warp in a couple Stalkers back at home. But, I mean, Kyo has not a lot in his base. 3 Stalkers, 1 Oracle.
Yep, and this is going to be a difficult defense as more Stalkers are being warped in by Fiasco. The mothership core is there.
Oh, that Oracle in the base of Fiasco now by Kyo, and he doesn't have anything back here, killing a lot of probes. And now Fiasco returning in kind with a time warp there to slow the units of Kyo. Wow, doing so much damage to the Stalkers. Now it's 6 stalkers to 2.
And all
2
the
more
probes
get
are being pulled to try and soak up some of that damage for the Stalkers. Fiasco being smart and pulling back to that Time Warp.
Yeah, that Time Warp is still there. Those lasting quite a while. But now the probe's coming back again. The Mothership core is going to go down.
And Stalkers taking heavy damage, but probes are dying as well.
Yeah, if we look at it, I mean, it's 11 kills, 11 probe kills for coL, so Fiasco's got to get something done here because he's way behind in the economy.
Sentry does come out now, and Force Field's one of those Stalkers in, so does get another kill.
Wow, coL's going to be set up in a good position here. As soon as he ends up holding this off, he does still have the Oracle down here. And now with sentries and force fields and being ahead in the work count, we look at the units, it's 20 probes to 15, so that's pretty significant at this phase. One more sentry does come out, blocks out the Stalkers just barely.
Yeah, Fiasco's really trying to get something done, trying to use up that sentry energy so he can move in without any problems with that. Oracle does move in and get some more kills. The Stalker is there trying to do some damage, but only gets shield down.
14 to 4, the workers killed. coL way ahead in the workers killed. That Oracle really paying off for him.
Fiasco warping in another Stalker into his mineral line, trying to make sure that he doesn't lose any more probes.
Webnut saying PvP v Gatorade. So let's see where both players go from this. Just, oh, it looks like a Void Ray from coL. This is a great decision, I think, given how far ahead he is, and really all that Fiasco has right now is Stalkers, and as you know, Void Rays are pretty darn good against Stalkers at the moment. And this Oracle coming back in again.
It's coming from the opposite direction now, and the 3 Stalkers that Fiasco has are on the other side of the mineral line, so he's guaranteed at least 1 or 2 kills here.
There's one.
And again, getting it out without taking any hull damage.
And now Fiasco just kind of holding up at the natural base of coL. Just trying to make sure he doesn't move out, I suppose. But Twilight Council coming down now, so maybe some either win behind Dark Shrine or some Blink.
Mm-hmm. Could be either of those. I think he may cheat or decide what he's going to do from that too.
But that Oracle does see it. So coL is going to be watching out. He wants to save that Oracle now just in case it is a Dark Shrine. So he has some form of protection here.
Mm-hmm.
Should pour out as well.
That's right. So both these players kind of just hanging out. It looks like coL is going to try and push these Stalkers away now, as he would like to expand.
Oh, tries to pinch him in with those force
and gets 2.
And that really makes a difference. I mean, look at the supply. coL is up 58 to 38, but he is supply locked right now, so he needs to get some pylons down. He's putting down a Nexus that will give him supply in quite a while.
So both players taking their expansions now.
It is going to be Blink out of Fiasco, so he figures, well, I got Stalkers and I am behind, so why not try and utilize those as much as I can?
Mm-hmm. And coL is getting an Observer in anticipation for the potential DTs, which will not be coming, but Observers are good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, this force of coL right now is double the size of Fiasco. I mean, the army supply at 36 to 20, but I mean, he's just going to be able to push right back. Oh,
Time Warp. But he's not attacking. He's just kind of walking up on them. Which I guess gives you more time if you walk up on them there.
Absolutely, but he is going to put down an expansion now. So Fiasco is just really crossing his fingers here and saying, I hope he doesn't attack me. Because he's putting his money into tech and expansions, trying to get a leg back up since he's so far behind.
He does warp in a few more Stalkers, so his Stalker count does go up to 10 in anticipation of that Blink, which is going to be wrapping up here rather soon. Both Nexuses are about to finish. One is finished, and Fiasco's is wrapping up here in just a few moments.
I think he does know that this Oracle is still out here. He just brought some Stalker back to his mineral line.
And a few more kills. Oh, it's going to get picked off this time, though.
There it goes. So while meanwhile, the force of coL is growing almost 80 feet to 50 now as this expansion is finished up. So his number of Stalkers is growing. And Blink Stalkers are okay to an extent, but I mean, coL is making a really good composition against Blink Stalkers. Void Ray and Immortal, both units excellent against Stalkers.
And he's getting his own Blink as well, so, you know, typically diversity beats mono battling. Unless you've got a severe upgrade advantage, but Fiasco is not going to have that luxury.
The Observer of coL does come right over here, but I do not believe that it sees these Stalkers moving out, but he's just going to hit a brick wall here, I think, with these sentries with either Guardian Shield or Force Field, and you know, Fiasco now going for his upgrades. He's just investing a lot in tech, seeing what he can get done here.
And ko's army is moving forward. Those Stalkers immediately blink back.
Oh, wow, but he did bait the Prismatic Alignment out of the Void Rays, so I mean, you just cannot take on Stalkers without Prismatic Alignment.
That proxy pylon for ko did go back down on the start of the map. 3 Zealots are being warped in and walking over, but the Observer of Fiasco does spot him. And
Photon Overcharge goes down immediately.
And they're going to try and go up that ramp, but the Sentry does block them out, so one falls without getting anything done, and he's trying to run them out before losing more.
That was a really great play by Fiasco that really prevented him from having to warp in more units at his base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but now he's got this Observer. He's going to follow it up to the cliff here. I think he's going to... Oh, or not. Thought maybe he would follow that Observer with his Stalkers to do a blink up the cliff to try and get some damage done, but looks like he's just going to come on back as he senses some pressure.
Yeah, he wants to take care of those Zealots before they become an issue, as that...
I love watching the beam of Photon Overcharge curve around things too.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So now that ko knows that Fiasco has pulled his entire army back, he's going to just move on out.
And 3 DTs for ko are moving in. They are kind of doing a little shuffling through those Stalkers.
The Stalker's actually pushing the DTs back pretty significantly.
Yeah.
But there is no detection here. The Observer is... ko is up here, so I believe the Observer of Fiasco is over here at the third base with ko. So this is going to be a big problem as Link's Stalkers on both sides of the probes of Fiasco trapped behind his Stalkers.
And Fiasco's pulling everything here to do damage. The Photon Overcharge goes down. Prismatic Alignment on the Void Rays are going down. Blink forward to try and take one of the Void Rays out. Is successful in doing that.
No, but DT is still whacking away happily at these units. No detection available.
And ko has killed 39, now 40 workers, and that number continues to rise as the DTs continue to do damage.
Observer now on its way for Fiasco. Going to be heading over, so this DT's life is pretty short, but yeah, looking at the supplies, ko is still way ahead.
Yeah, and this is going to be very difficult for Fiasco to pull this out as his economy has just been ravaged. There are 2 DTs still in the main working on that Nexus. He's trying to get some units up there to take care of it before he loses too much tech.
Well, but this is a pretty good engagement angle for Fiasco. But all he has left is Stalkers, and these 2 Immortals alone could kill all these Stalkers, so he's really going to have to figure out a way to get some different types of units in here because the composition of ko is so good right now.
And that DT does end up getting that Nexus, but isn't able to take out much else.
So Fiasco does see the third base of ko going down with his Observer here, and you know, he's just extending his lead right now.
And there's
Fiasco
the
just
GG.
goes ahead and says GG. So smart play by him. He knows that you know, I'm not going to be able to take this. He's got this good army and expanding, and there's no way I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon. So good game, friend.
Yep, that was definitely a lot of damage that he took in that previous engagement. He was trying to do what he could to mitigate it, but you know, he lost track of his Observer that was in the third base of his opponent ko, and the DTs were just able to do huge amounts of damage, unchallenged basically. So that will be the end of that game. ko taking it over Fiasco.
Yep, and I think